Hey guys, welcome back to CLOCKWISE Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Diving right into a market update. We see Bitcoin rallying back, sparking more momentum when it comes to just optimism in the markets, right? There was a pullback, right? And we still have that head and shoulders in play. The only way that's not in play is if we break that neckline. But we pull down looking at Ethereum, looking at XRP, pretty much the top projects, right? Everything pretty much rallied back over the past couple days. And we see here going to Bitcoin, you see that head and shoulders pattern, guys. That's still in play until we break 100,000 again. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, oh, you're crazy, all that, because everyone says we're crazy until it happens. So that is a possibility. Can you imagine if we break 90,000, we break 91,000, which is at this bottom level right here. If we break this level right here, people are going to lose their minds, especially people that are new to crypto, that are expecting crypto pretty much to just rally up with no pullback, never been through a bull or bear market, really fresh to the markets. This is a possibility, and you can see it a lot better on the 4-hour. Look how spot on this head and shoulders pattern is. You see it here, pretty much spot on. And to be honest, need to break 100,000 to break out of that scenario, because as of right now, this is holding. Okay, no one wants to hear that, and I get it. Nobody really wants to hear that, but this is what it's looking like here. So diving right in, looking at crypto bubbles, you see the markets, pretty much everything rallying back up, everything looking pretty healthy, right? And we want to wait for a pullback. You see ICP, guys. We're going to do our ICP review. Don't worry. You're going to see why. ICP, sleeping giant over there. We got ADA. We got SPX killing it, leading the way with 36.2% gain for the day. So let's dive into some articles here. Taking a look here at this article really caught our attention here. We see trader issues warning for Dogecoin rival Shiba Inu, says bearish momentum is set in if major support level breaks. You guys know how I feel about this, right? As soon as I see an article like this, that makes me want to do the exact opposite. And people have seen that. People have seen that with XRP. And now we were holding XRP the whole time, but as soon as you hear people say, sell all your bags at XRP, that's when you should really just do the exact opposite. Just being completely honest with you. We've seen it time and time again. This is making me want to buy some Shiba. So let's see what he's saying here. He's pretty much saying if we break this level, breaking of these levels will be bearish for the Doge theme meme coin SHIB. SHIB is trading at 0.00002255 at the time of this writing. He's saying here, moving on to Bitcoin, the trader said Bitcoin must avoid falling below 90,000 to avoid falling even further. Pretty much aligning with our TA. Simple TA, guys. Simple TA. It's not hard to read these charts, and maybe we'll come out with some type of course to teach you guys that are really struggling. It's really support and resistance zones. Look to the left. What has price done before? The odds that price will do the same thing again. High probability setup. So if Bitcoin falls below 88,000, next major level is 71,000. I agree with this 100%. I do not agree with the calling of SHIB. I think that is going to make me want to buy more. Just being completely honest with you. Saying here that Dogecoin could surge by quadruple digits percentage wise for key reason that if Doge follows historical price patterns, the meme coin could surge to $17.76. Big, huge numbers for Doge, and I think Doge will pretty much lead the way for meme coins to really perform at a high level. So Dogecoin right now is the king. I do think there's some very, very high probability contenders in the meme coin space. Floki, I think Pepe as well. There are some contenders for Dogecoin. I do think that Dogecoin is leading the way right now. I don't necessarily think it will lead the way forever, but we'll see. Dogecoin has been performing well ever since that initial burst in price action. But at this time, I think that if we look at the price action for Dogecoin really quick, going to Doge, wasn't planning on this, but we'll go for it. Looking here, we see that it's pretty much falling off a cliff, right? Go to the higher time frames. Let's start the daily, a little bit cleaner. Shot up, crazy momentum. all the way up to 44 cents. I think the all-time high for Dogecoin is 73. Like, can Dogecoin reach $1? Sure, 100%. Especially with the backing Elon Musk. Whether he says it's a joke, but I think he really likes Dogecoin. And we see here the slight pullback right here, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But it's really, what do we do from here, right? And it's pretty much everything falls back to, what is Bitcoin doing, right? Bitcoin's pulling back. We see a pullback with the alts. Bitcoin's gaining momentum, rising. We're seeing a rise with some alts, right? So everything boils down to that. If Bitcoin breaks 90,000, I would expect Dogecoin, if I'm looking here at the charts, Dogecoin to pull back. The next level of support would be about 23 cents. So no one wants to talk about that, but seeing as though we see that almost perfect head and shoulders pattern, I don't think we should ignore it. We should not ignore that, and we should pay attention to what is going on there from a price standpoint. So next article here, another scenario, potential Bitcoin correction scenario for early 2025. This is what would be that Bitcoin correction. That Bitcoin correction would be this pullback that we're talking about. So at least in the last 2 years post-halving, there's been a correction in January. Now, what's interesting in this time, we're already kind of had a correction in December, but if you look at what happened in 2021, there was a correction in January, dropped by 30%. If you look at 2017, post-halving in January, there's a drop of 30% as well. I don't think people are ready to handle that drop. There's a bit of a drop, not really, but a bit of a drop there. Here, if you could look at price range in December 2024, it's already dropped around 15%. A 30% drop would actually put it right there in 20-week moving average. So he's pretty much saying a pullback to the MAs, the moving averages there, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not opposed to that, right? I'm not opposed to that at all. But I do think that there has to be some type of correction for a healthy market. Like, that's our stance, right? A lot of people don't like us talking about that, but we believe that there has to be, like, pullbacks are healthy in markets, right? Like, if it just shot up forever, and that's what new people that get in crypto are going to think. They're thinking they're going to get in crypto. They've never really been in investments before, right? They're going to get into crypto, and they expect Bitcoin to just explode up, never a pullback, immediate profits, money flying everywhere. And that's just not the case, guys. Not the case at all. So definitely I expect a pullback as well, but I don't think everyone's ready for that. And I sent it to one of my best friends. We're both in crypto heavy, and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe it." But just remember, it's healthy. It's healthy. So definitely some good value here in this article as well. And just looking at the markets, guys, I don't necessarily think, fear greed is at 57, right? Pretty much twiddling on being greed or neutral, right? I think that red day, if you bought during that red time that we were talking about, you're immediately in profit already. But be mindful of the pullback, and just remember that it is okay. It is okay for pullbacks. Pullbacks happen. You see the world right now buying crypto. You see the world right now buying Bitcoin, right? When I see that, and creating a Bitcoin reserve, they're not doing that for no reason. You have an opportunity to buy Bitcoin while there's still Bitcoin. People think there's going to be Bitcoin forever. That's just not the case. Bitcoin is scarce. But I do think what no one's talking about is, I think it's going to trickle down. Like, I think Ethereum's next. And no one's talking about that. I think Ethereum has the potential to be digital silver. Bitcoin's digital gold, Ethereum's digital silver, to trickle down and provide also the same thing. Scarcity, store value, right? Because Ethereum's gas fees are pretty crazy. Even though they transitioned to proof of stake during ETH 2.0 merge, right? It's still a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so looking at that, I definitely think Ethereum is a sleeper, guys. So what are we doing? We're buying Bitcoin still. Like, we buy Bitcoin every day. While it's under 100,000, we buy Bitcoin every day. And the same thing with Ethereum. We buy Ethereum probably every week. Okay. And I do think Ethereum is priced at what Bitcoin was, and I think Ethereum is going to outperform a ton of other assets, because I don't think anyone's really talking about Ethereum from an investment standpoint. I think Ethereum is pretty much seen as a dinosaur, but I think Ethereum is on track to hit easily 5 figures, easily. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. A couple alts. You guys know how we feel about ICP. We're gonna do that ICP dedicated review video, but definitely wanted to highlight what we're seeing in the markets. I definitely think a pullback is on the horizon for now, and it's really just contingent upon breaking that 100,000 level, right? I just do not see, if we break this level up top here, which is about 100,000. We break 100,000, that changes everything. We stay under there, I think the bottom's going to fall out, and then we'll head down. And people are going to freak out and essentially leave the markets forever because they'll be negative and they'll freak out to about 73. All right, so that is our outlook as of right now, and I think the reason behind it is because everyone thinks everything's going to shoot straight up, right? So I think a pullback is definitely healthy for the markets, because it really just strengthens the asset, because healthy assets move in waves. So going to be preparing for that, despite, I know you guys are giving us a hard time about predicting that and seeing that. It's just really our thoughts based off of the TA, and not really historical, but just based off of what we see right here on this chart. I really believe that a dump is on the horizon. It's really just going to shake people out of the markets that maybe shouldn't be in the markets. Right? Just being completely honest with you. So definitely wanted to highlight that, guys. Pay attention to that, and hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.